state government. We have read about union government, and today we are going to read about state government. State government, first of all, tell me there are how many states in India?
28.
28 states. So we have 28 state government. But state governments are not only in states. Delhi, one of the union territories. Now we have how many union territories?
9.
We have
Nine union
nine
territories.
union territories. The newly formed two union territories are
Ladakh.
Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. But in Delhi, we have also a state government because Delhi has a status of a state. Not fully state, but it has its own government. There is Chief Minister in Delhi. And who is the present Chief Minister of Delhi?
Arvind Kejriwal.
Kejriwal. And which party runs government in Delhi? Aam Aadmi
Party.
So I think you have little bit knowledge about state governments. The chapter which we are going to start, state government, will facilitate us in these ways. First of all, it will tell about 3 levels and 3 organs of the government of India. 3 levels. We have government at the union level, and that is called central government. Central government. This government is for whole of the country. This government is for whole of the country. And who is the head of the central government? Who is the head of the central government?
Prime Minister.
Okay. And then we will read about the state government. State government are in states. Okay. In our state Bihar, we have also a state government. And who is the head of the state government?
Chief Minister.
And do you know the name of our Chief Minister?
Nitish Kumar.
Who is he?
Nitish
Kumar. And which party he belongs to? Very good answer. You all students are very sincere about politics. And after 1993, according to the recommendation of Balwant Rai Mehta committee, we have also formed a 3rd level of our government, that is local government. Local government. Okay. Local government in villages, it is known as Gram Panchayat. Local government are of 2 types. Local government is of 2 types. Urban local government and rural local government. Urban local government, municipal corporation and municipalities. Rural local government, Gram Panchayat. So we will discuss later that what is the criterion for a village to be a Gram Panchayat. What is the criterion to be a Gram Panchayat into urban local government? We will discuss it later. We will also discuss about legislative assembly and council in states. What is the name of the central legislative assembly? Central legislative assembly, in which are elected MPs seat and forms rules for our country. The name of the central legislative assembly is our union assembly, our parliament. What is the name of our parliament? What is the name of the Indian parliament? Every democratic country has their own parliament. Every democratic country has their own parliament. What is the name of our parliament?
Sansad Bhavan.
Sansad. Very good. And there are how many houses in our parliament? There are how many houses in our parliament? Two. Two. One is Lok Sabha,
Rajya Sabha.
Lok Sabha, and another one is
Rajya Sabha.
Rajya Sabha. Very good. You have more knowledge about these political terms. I am very happy with you all, and we will make this learning process a fun. Okay, it will be very fruitful for us to learn this chapter. Also, we will read about the role of governor. There is one governor in each and every state. There is one governor. Who is our governor?
Phagu Chauhan.
Mr. Phagu Chauhan. Mr. Phagu Chauhan is our governor. But I want to tell you one thing, that Prime Minister is the head of the government only. But who is the head of the state? Who is the head of the country?
President.
In the same way, Chief Minister is the head of the state government. And who is the head of the state? Governor. Okay. Also, we will read about state judiciary. State judiciary, high court. We have high courts. We have one high court in Bihar. And where it is located? In Patna. Okay. And we have district courts in every districts. Now we'll read about organs of the government. Organs of the government. Here we have read about what? We have read about levels of the government. At the topmost level there is
Central government.
state government in the middle and local government at the bottom. Okay? These three levels of government governs us. We are the citizen, and these three levels of government governs us. Now we will read about organs of the government. There are three organs of the government. As for example, we have organs, we have hands, we have head, we have mouth, we have stomach, we have feet, legs, and so on, and they all performs their tasks. Hand performs what? We use hands in writing something, holding some things. We use our legs in walking, in standing. Our backbone helps in keeping us firm. Okay? In the same way, there are three organs of the government, and they are legislative. Any one of you can tell me? Can any one of you tell me about the organs of the government? Yeah, very good.
Executive.
First of all, legislative, okay, then executive
Yes.
and judiciary. Very good answer. He is known about this fact that organs of the government are legislative, executive and judiciary. We can understand it by taking a very simple example. Now in Indian government has given us a provision to get free education up to the age of
18.
14 years.
14 years.
Up to the age of 14 years. Right to Education Act, RTE, which was passed by our legislative our parliament, which had been passed by our parliament in 2009 and had been implemented in 2010. Okay? Right to Education Act. According to this act, children up to the age of 14 must get free education. It is the responsibility of the government is to provide the education to the children up to the age of 14
Years.
According to the RTE Act, Right to Education Act, every school has to appoint trained teachers, the teachers who are trained, who have professional degree in teaching, and also the private schools have to admit 25% poor students in their school. 25% such students who belongs to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, other backward classes, economically and socially backward classes. Every school has to admit 25% poor students. Now, how this rule, how this law came into existence, how it has been executed, we will discuss. In our legislative, what is the name of our union legislative? Sansad. In our legislative, in our parliament, which is known as Sansad, a bill had been introduced, and the bill was Right to Education Act in 2009, and it had been passed by both the houses of our parliament. It had been passed by Rajya Sabha, it had been passed by Lok Sabha, and then by Rajya Sabha. And after the consent of the president, it became a law. The bill became a law. Now it was the responsibility of the executive. It was the responsibility of the executive to implement the law in each and every school. To implement the law in each and every school. So what it did? In executive, who comes in executive? The Prime Minister, the ministers, the secretaries, other officers. Suppose that beta, Right to Education Act. So under which ministry it comes? Right to Education Act comes under which ministry? Or which minister has to implement the law related to right to education? Tell me. Which minister will implement? Suppose that if we have to fight with other country, defense minister will take decision. Okay. If there is violence in our country, home minister will take decision. In the same way, beta, if Right to Education Act has to be implemented, which minister will take decision?
Education minister.
Education minister.
Yes, sir.
You are confused. Education minister will take decision, na? First of all, PM will take decision. But PM will do what? PM has appointed so many ministers here. President has appointed so many ministers in our union government on the advice of PM. So it will be passed to from Prime Minister office, PMO. PMO is what? It is Prime Minister office. From Prime Minister office, this law will be passed to HRD ministry. HRD ministry is Human Resource Development. Human Resource Development Ministry. And now it is the task of Human Resource Development Ministry is to execute the laws in all states of our country. This time, who is Human Resource and Development Minister? Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank is Human Resource and Development Minister, and also he is our Education Minister. Our Education Minister. And who is Education Minister of Bihar? Can any one of you tell me the name of Education Minister of Bihar? Vijay Kumar Chaudhary. Vijay Kumar Chaudhary is Education Minister of Bihar. And Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank is Union Education Minister. So then Education Minister will pass later. And on behalf of Union Education Minister, the Secretary, the Principal Secretary of Union Education Department will draft a letter and will send to all states that, sir, you have to provide free education up to the age of 14 years to each and every student. And also you have to take care that private schools are giving admissions 25% seats to the poor students or not. The letter will reach to every state, and then the state education minister again will send this letter to each and every district, to the DM of each and every district. DM will send this letter to the principal of the headmaster of each and every school, and in this way, Right to Education Act has been executed. And suppose that. So, what is the role of judiciary here? I will explain you. Suppose that any one of big renowned private schools, suppose that Litera Valley School Patna, or Open Mind School Patna, Open Mind Birla School Patna, or Millennium World School Patna, Bishop Scott School Patna, if they are not giving admissions to the poor students, as they are very expensive schools, they are charging very high fee, 1 lakh rupees as admission fee, and 5,000 rupees as monthly fee, 25,000 for books, very standard school. If they are not providing free education to 25% of his seats to the poor student, what the parent of this student will do? He can directly approach to judiciary. Or what he will do? He will ask the officers. He will file a complaint to the officers. Sir, this school is not providing free education to my ward. I am a poor man. I am below poverty line. But the school is not granting admission to my ward. Okay? If the officer will not take any step, if the education officer, there is a DEO, District Education Officer in every state, every district, not in every state, in every district there is District Education Officer. And what is the work of District Education Officer? To supervise the schools, to see the teachers are teaching very well or not, the teachers are trained or not, the school is providing facilities to the students or not. If he is not taking any action, if the minister is not taking any action, you can directly approach the judiciary, and judiciary will ask the government, the Supreme Court will ask, the High Court will ask, what are you doing, sir? There is a law you have made. Judiciary will ask the executive that a law has been made by our assembly, parliament, to provide free and fair education to the students. But that school, that big school is not granting admission to the poor people. The parents have complained several times, but you have not taken any step. And that time, the executive has to answer the judiciary. Okay, judiciary will pass order directly for that school. What? That you have to take the admission. And I think you all know that no one can deny the order of judiciary in India. Anyone? Can anyone will reject the order of judiciary in India? Will deny the order of High Court or Supreme Court in India? Anyone? Even government, even Prime Minister cannot deny the order of Supreme Court and High Court in India, because judiciary is all above. So we have how many organs of the government?
Three.
First is
Legislative.
what is the work of the legislative? To make laws. To make
Laws.
You know the meaning of laws?
Yes, sir.
And what is the work of executive? To execute the laws. To execute
The laws.
the laws. And what is the work of the judiciary? To check that the laws has been executed properly or not. To check that laws have been executed properly or not. I think, my dear students, that the concept which I have just told to you is clear to you all.
Yes, sir.
Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Say in a common voice, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
That's all.